And it's interesting because you would think a guy like Klopp, who's such a deep thinker, would be passing that down to his staff as well. It's a weird one, that.
So Neil Critchley is like Klopp.
Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to Kicking Back. We're back from Box Park. Oh my god, what a trip that was.
Yes, yeah. It was a great trip.
It was mad, wasn't it?
It was really good.
Love a bit of Wembley. And the sunshine was out as well.
It was very nice.
First time of the year.
Very nice day.
Indeed. But for now, we've got to focus on the Prem because it's wrapping up, isn't it? We're
Yeah,
at the end.
it's nearly time. It's been a long season, hasn't it?
It has. And do you know what? It's nice to actually have a full-blown title race. You know, something that you don't always get, something you can't take for granted. And now we've got City and Arsenal vying for it. Anything could happen. City are the favourites, though, surely, aren't they? Still.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they've been the favourites for a lot of years, haven't they? So
yeah, it's getting tiring now.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, you're all right.
What side you're on,
but the rest of us watching.
Depends what side of Manchester you're on, I guess.
Not wrong. But yeah, I think Arsenal have put in such an incredible season. And to be fair, not out of it. You can't say that they're 100% out of it, right? Which is a testament to how well the season's gone for them. Because no one would have said that at the start of the year, would you have?
You know what? I think they're a good team. I think they've done well in the last couple of seasons. I think they're heading to win something. I don't know what yet, but you know, he's done well.
Yeah, for sure.
Arteta has come. He's come from Pep, hasn't he?
And you can tell.
Pep's child. So
yeah. In fact, one of when they played each other, do you remember when they played each other, City and Arsenal, and it was so cagey. Like it was really cagey game, but it was just because. Like we were saying, changes, counteracting the changes, and Pep, if anyone understands Pep, it's Mikel Arteta, isn't it? And we could see that, and you're seeing similar similar thought processes going to how he's actually building his team.
Yeah.
So they aren't at the end of their journey, right?
Yeah.
That Arsenal team are building to something still.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how they go in future seasons. But do you think they're 100% out of it for this year?
Arsenal? No, I don't think so. But I think City will take it.
Yeah.
I think it's in their hands still. Yeah.
And with things like the Champions League not even being an option anymore, you've got to think this is bigger for them, right? This is like this is a must win.
Of course it is. FA Cup and this.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
next 2 weeks.
It's decent. It's a
in
good
the bag.
It's a good turn of events, isn't it?
I was going to say, I think it's interesting that, you know, the people that have worked under Pep as players or managers, how good they actually are.
It's crazy.
They're so good. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate with company, but sorry, Burnley.
No, but you know what though? Even with him, like, I'll take it back to the Championship. When Company was playing in the Championship, he managed to get that same philosophy going. It was a nightmare. It was so stressful to watch for me. Well, for me personally, watching my team play against Burnley.
Who's your team?
Blackburn Rovers. I was watching it. It was every game. It was just like I could feel the life leaving me. I'm like, I'm drained. I'm tired, Vincent. Leave us. But like, I watched an interview that he did, and he spoke for about an hour on his principles and his philosophies. And to be honest, you could tell he's such a deep thinker about the
company.
Yeah. About the game, and
I just don't think he had the players.
Exactly.
He didn't have the players in the Prem.
But he still tried to keep the same thing going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he did. Yeah, sometimes it don't work. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think
gets Sean Dash back.
Well, that's what he's had to resort to, Company, some people would say.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season, just to sort of give Burnley a fighting chance. I think
Bank up and just
took him too long, though. You've got to be... there's an interesting balance, isn't there? You've got to sort of be stubborn in your principles. Like, this is how we're going to play. This is what we want to do. But at the same time, there is a point, isn't there? And I wonder if Company was a few games too late in saying, okay, now let's shut up shop.
Deal with what you've got, kind of. Yeah. I'd like to see him go somewhere else, Company, though. I don't know where.
Like him go?
I don't know, actually. Maybe abroad somewhere. I don't think in the Prem.
Yeah,
Yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
He started with... He was playing manager for a little while down at Anderlecht, wasn't he? And he did quite well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then, obviously, I say quite well, he did brilliant. And then he went over to Burnley to sort of prove himself. In my honest opinion, I think he's done that. I think he did okay. He did great in the Championship. Obviously, not gone to plan in the Prem. But I feel like a part of me thinks... he's Burnley fans will kick off, but I think he's viewed it as a bit of an audition. Like, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
If I had the players.
To be fair, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe United need a bit of that. I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, that'd be wild. That would be mental. Company to United, clip it. That's a good clip.
I mean, he's got the accent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's got that little bit of Manchester
tell him that.
bit.
Yeah, you'd be perfect for United, Vincent. Yeah. Oh, that'd be wild. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how good those guys are. And then what's interesting to me is I look at a manager who's sort of like viewed in a similar sort of light, like a Jurgen Klopp, right? And he's had like people work under him, and they've gone on, and they just don't hit the same level of success. I'm looking at guys like Neil Critchley, who went to Blackpool, and it was what it was. And it's interesting because you would think a guy like Klopp, who's such a deep thinker, would be passing that down to his staff as well. It's a weird one, that.
So Neil Critchley is like Klopp.
I didn't say that. No, don't misquote me or nothing. I'm saying the people who worked on his coaching staff haven't gone on to the same heights that Pep has.
Right.
And I'm wondering if that's in his ability to convey a message. I never said that Neil Critchley is like Klopp. That's a bit of a paraphrasing.
From Blackpool to Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's not far off.
I'm going to get abuse in comments. If that comes out, like, it'll say a little caption, Neil Critchley is the new Klopp. I'm thinking, like, I can feel the abuse in advance.
Could be. There's a space open.
Yeah.
I can't remember the new Liverpool manager. It's that guy from abroad, isn't it?
Onslaught.
Right, yeah. You know what? He's going to be hard to replace Klopp. It's going to be sad for the Liverpool lot. But, I mean...
Klopp said himself he's tired, right? Are we seeing that? I think we're seeing that
Klopp?
a little bit. Yeah,
like
he's
getting on, isn't he?
Yeah, well, even then. I think he's like
time to have a break.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, being a football manager, I have to imagine every waking moment is dedicated to it. It's
definitely, yeah.
You know, you go to bed, you're probably thinking about it. It must be a nightmare from a family point of view and stuff like that.
I think the Prem is so high pressured as well.
Right.
And you've always got City there. Like, I'm not just saying it, like, you've always got a Man City, you know, who's going to be pushing you. It's not saying it used to be a walk in the park, because it never was.
For sure.
But I think now it's like even harder to get something out of it.
And I think it's the finest of fine margins at that top level, and they all know that, and they're all playing the same game. So it comes down to what's the slight edge that I can provide, and that's got to rack your brains, hasn't it? And
I mean, you can get 98 points and you don't win the league.
Mental.
It's crazy.
Wild, isn't it? Interesting. Great to be alive at this time for football. Hey guys, I want to say a thank you as well to our sponsor for this episode. That's Fiver Sports Memorabilia. If you are in the market for some wonderful football memorabilia, whether it's a signed boot of your favourite player, maybe you want a signed top, maybe you want a framed print for your wall. They just did a signing with Trent Alexander-Arnold. They do signings with all kinds of great players all over the planet. So yes, if you're interested, you can go and check those guys out at fiversportsmemorabilia.com, or you can find them on social media. We'll put all the links in the description. Really do recommend checking them out. They've got signed gloves of like some of my favourite fighters, people who fought at amazing places. I don't know, Wembley Stadium off the top of my head, you name it. They've been everywhere. So yeah, go and check them out. Once again, fiversportsmemorabilia.com. But yeah, so we're saying City are looking like they're likely to win.
Yeah, I would say so.
We're on about Klopp. Do you think Pep stays a numbered at City? Do you think he's got years in the tank? There's a question for you.
No, not years. I don't think he's got years there. I think he's got a few left. I don't know how long, to be honest, but I think he... Obviously, I mean, Klopp's leaving. I don't know.
I want to tie this up, though, because I had a question. If they said, right, Pep's leaving at the end of next season, right, and everyone started saying, company's going to replace him, how do you feel?
He's got the accent, I know, so bring him along.
Yeah.
No, I don't
You're
know.
in. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, I mean...
Same principles.
I think it'd be hard to replace Pep.
Impossible job.
Impossible, but then it'd probably be one of his kids that replaces it.
Probably would be, right? You would think so, yeah. Because those are guys
is.
who have literally come up under the same sort of like rule sets, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting. It's really interesting. What a manager. What a race as well. And Arteta, I don't think people would have thought... He can't have just taken everything Pep knows and gone and done what he's done. He has to have added his own sort of flair and his own elements into it.
Yeah.
And... wow, did anyone expect him to run with the ball as much as he has done? I don't think so. I don't think realistically when Arteta was signed up with Arsenal, I don't think anyone had them as then becoming title chasers.
I agree.
So testament, right?
Yeah.
Massive testament to what he's done. Who would you say has been dark horse this year? What do you reckon? In the Prem? Yeah. Who surprised you?
I need to think about this. I think it's been a good season, one of the best in a long time.
For sure.
Because you've got Villa.
That's
you've
who
got.
I had, yeah.
Is it?
Villa, yeah, for
sure. Villa. Newcastle. But like teams have dipped, they've dipped and then they've peaked, and they've been all sorts. Like look at Fulham's form, it's up and down. Brentford's form, up and down. 100%. I think it's been a good season, though.
It's been crazy, hasn't it? Yeah. Even at the bottom end, I have to look at the level of some of them teams, and I'm like,
Luton were clawing on. Yeah. Oh, I am sad.
And like I say, like
I am so sad.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Do you remember we were saying at the start of the season, we were like, they look like they were really, really onto something there. Signing like the castaways, like and people like Ross Barkley and what have you. Like
he's been great.
Yeah, 100%.
He's revived.
He can't be in Championship though. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't like.
Jamie Vardy was, wasn't he?
It was a brutal thing. No, I'm just mean like when we play against him, you see like the level, and it's insane. Like some of the teams who come down now, I'm thinking these are Premier League. The first team who did it that I really remember thinking, right, you are blatantly Premier League. It's not even fair. Like Norwich a few seasons ago, they had an incredible season. Daniel Farke was the manager. They were playing attacking, high pressing, and then they came down. And I just remember thinking, I don't want to play Norwich. Do you know what I mean? They were fire. And then ever since then, it seems to be a recurring theme now. The teams who come down have crazy Premier League teams.
Besides Ipswich, look at them though. What a story.
What a story. And you never even... Let's talk about that a little bit, like, because you never hear of anything like that, do you, in today's game?
I mean, no. Luton, I guess, but besides that, Ipswich have done great.
You'd never expect it. And on the flip side, you look at a team like Birmingham, they just had a bunch of money coming to their team. How's that going for you?
Terrible.
I'm sorry to hear.
Thank you, Wayne Rooney.
I know, Wayne Rooney came in. They got rid of John Eustace, who took him, but Blackburn Rovers, and who saved us from relegation, but John Eustace. Thanks again, Birmingham. But you get what I'm saying. Mad season. And to be fair, for someone like me, I moan a lot about money and the distribution of money in the pyramid, right? Where it
in the Championship.
Everywhere, really. Yeah. I think it's just unfair allocations. But at the end of the day, for all my moaning, the teams with the big money there, not doing so well. And Ipswich, amazing. I love when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. He seems great, the manager. I think he went to my uni. They keep posting about him.
Oh, you would, wouldn't you? I wouldn't shut up about it. No, that's fair enough.
No, he's done well. It'll be interesting to see what they're like next year.
100%.
Whether they're like a Luton or...
Yeah, I can't wait.
Don't know.
It was weird watching them in the Championship. It was like they weren't blasting teams out. They were always sort of just scraping a win. And it's good really, because, consistent. And I think...
Consistently scraping a win.
No, but they were just like beating every team, and it was like every time I felt like we were in it. I felt like when I saw them play other teams, the other team was always in it. It wasn't like blowing them away or anything, but they just had what it takes to win. Like when City not so long ago were just 5-0, 6-0 every game, and then Liverpool were 2-1, 1-0, right? So that was them. They were like 2-1, 1-0 and stuff like that. But when you look at the points, they're up there and they've done it.
I get you.
They've done it.
They'll need to recruit a lot over the summer, Ipswich.
Yeah. And in fact, on that, for sure. I mean, they'd have to basically...
I don't even know where Ipswich is. Where is it in the country?
Don't do that to
it's
me,
south, isn't it? It's in London somewhere. I don't know. Just thinking, is it a nice place to live?
No, I don't know beyond the street.
I think it's down south.
Yeah, probably. If it's not, we'll cut that. We'll cut that out. But let's go back to the Prem, I guess, because that's the whole point of this one. The Prem's wrapping up. We're saying City are likely to win. Arsenal likely, obviously, to come second. But... for me, I think Villa have had the standout season in terms of, I didn't see that coming,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do next year as well, because look at Newcastle, they had a great season.
Yes, for sure.
And then...
sometimes the extra games...
dropped off a bit. Yeah, exactly. Squad depth and things like that. But...
Exactly. I remember the year Burnley got into the Europa League, and obviously big celebrations, but then it was like, I think it was 1-1 against Aberdeen, and then from there the season was like off a cliff. So it can be a sort of it's a great thing. It's amazing. It's like congratulations, but you've just got to be careful, haven't you? Especially when squad depth and things like that come into the fray. We'll see. But wild season. Season. It's good to have competitive across the whole table and stuff like that.
Looking forward to another what's it called? Parade. Manchester Parade.
Yes, yeah.
Looking forward to another one of them.
Bored of them.
Last year I went and it absolutely chucked it down.
Oh, do you know what?
There was like a flood.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I didn't have an umbrella or a coat.
Is that where that iconic Jack Grealish picture came from? I remember that.
Yeah.
Frame it.
It was unreal.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah, fair play. You probably deserve it, I can't lie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, no worries. That'll do for this week. Hey, thanks very much for checking out the episode. Yeah, tell them, mate, like and subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you can, leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, stuff like that. Doesn't go amiss for sure. But yeah, hope you've had a great season watching this football. We'll be back very soon with another episode. And until then, peace out.